This is Alex Medeiros.
Yes, hello. My top three choices, I think, were something like carpentry, plumbing, and electrical.
Alex was for school, like in classes.
And for when I got in trouble at home.
Yeah, and when he got in trouble at home.
That's when you knew I was going to get slapped. Which was like once or twice.
Yeah.
Let's run for the hills at that point.
Yeah. Run to the hills.
How long have you been a foreman for?
5-6 years now.
What piece of advice that you can give them to like help them out, like, you know, trying to get into the trades?
We, as the, you could say, older generation, as we're kind of stepping into that role, need to be deliberate about the things that we do, especially with the people who are younger than us.
Backtrack. This is Alex Medeiros.
Yes, hello. Hello, everybody.
We got right into it here.
I love, first of all, I haven't seen or talked to Alex in 12 years. And you know what? I'm going to be man, and I apologize, but we both have lives. We got caught up in our lives, you know, and by the grace of God, I think he brought us back together, you know, and I think, and the same, I feel like I'm doing this like high school reunion tour.
Yeah.
I just met up with Nate not too long ago.
Very cool.
And then now I'm meeting up with you. And then I met up, I saw like, I think I was like walking in Newport. And I think I like saw like somebody that was in my culinary class. And I'm like, oh, like what's up? I'm not gonna name drop, but but it's kind of like it's kind of cool like having it all circle back together. You know, like I played football with Nate and Alex, absolute dogs, by the way. If you before Joe had the beard and long hair, he had a buzz cut, and
that was very clean cut.
He was very clean cut.
No tattoos.
Nope.
Right.
He was not a smoker at the time. But
Indeed.
I will say this: we called him Joker. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because he did the Heath Ledger Joker impersonation to a T. To a perfect T. You ever watch that movie?
Do you still have it?
Oh, dude, I haven't watched that movie, and it's got to be close to since like high school.
Since
to be
high
honest
school.
with you. I have to dig deep. Funny story actually about that. I think it was like junior year.
Yep.
Right. So literally everybody called me Joker. To the point
Yeah.
where Coach Scaduto.
Yep.
Remember Coach Scaduto?
Yep.
He was taking attendance of something for, I forget if it was for practice or if we were at the gym or whatever the case in the off season. But he looks at the name, he's like, who the fuck is Alex Medeiros? I said, that's me, Coach. He said, Joker, what the hell? He had no idea. He had no idea who I was. You know? Aside from that, the Heath Ledger impersonation. Let me see, because one of my favorite scenes was the jail cell, like when they capture him, but then they also get Harvey Dent and everything.
Yep.
So, you know, they got him locked up, whatever the case, and then he's sitting there, you know, just as he does. Gordon walks in. Evening, Commissioner. Gordon sits down, he like wipes the table. Where's Harvey Dent? What have you done with him? Me? I was right here. Who did you leave him with? Your people? Assuming, of course, that they are still your people and not Maroni's. Does it depress you, Commissioner, to know just how alone you really are? Does it make you feel responsible for Harvey Dent's current predicament? What have you done with him? Oh, and I lost it.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I was in it, bro. I got transported just now.
This is like I felt like I was in like 2012 all over again, dude.
That was a very popular
was awesome,
movie.
man.
It's still a good movie.
Still
yeah.
a great movie.
One of the best.
It's on Netflix now, but I remember, dude, like nobody called him Alex. They would like Alex was for school, like in classes.
And for when I got in trouble at home.
Yeah, and when he got in trouble at home.
Actually, it was Alexander Medeiros.
Yeah.
If it was really
the
bad.
full government name.
Yeah,
That's when you know
it was
like
really bad. It was Alexander Evaristo Medeiros. That's when you knew I was going to get slapped, which was like once or twice.
Yeah.
Let's run for the hills at that point.
Yeah. Run to the hills.
So, me and Joker, we went to Diamond together. We spent our entire fucking high school together, 4 years. We never had classes together though. I realized that.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? I mean,
Because
I was in B weeks first 2 years,
I was in A weeks first 2 years.
and then I switched over to A weeks last 2 years.
Were you guys in culinary arts together?
No, Alex. No way. He was in the HVAC program.
HVAC? Okay.
Yeah, so
Indeed.
all 4 years, right?
Yeah, all 4 years, and I'm still doing it now.
Still doing it. Yeah, and you're working at Sagamore.
Yep.
Shout out to Sagamore, by the way.
Yes,
Repping
indeed.
the crew.
I have heard quite a few. I've only been at Sagamore for like a year and a half,
Yeah.
honestly. So it's relatively new to me. But it's funny because actually the guy Ed Harris, I don't know if I should name drop.
No, name drop.
But Ed Harris, you're a good dude, man. I dig you. You're the goods. He actually worked with Zach
Zach
and whatnot. That you guys, Zach Pep. Yes. Zach Pep for a little bit and whatnot. So it was funny because as I was listening to your podcast with him, I'm like, oh, this guy works at Sagamore. And Ed's like, who is it? I said, oh, Zach Pep. He's like, oh, man. It was funny. It's funny. But it sounds like you guys have, well, so RCL.
I work at RCL.
Yeah, you work at RCL.
And then, so there's a lot of guys from Sagamore from RCL, too.
Yeah.
So the owners actually both came from Sagamore,
Mm-hmm.
Mark Mason and Rich Leon. Then Rich Leon did his own thing, opened up RCL.
Mm-hmm.
Then Mark Mason came in and worked together with him.
Very
then
cool.
Zach Pep worked at Sagamore, came to RCL. Now he works somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a couple more guys as well. There's a guy named Brian who worked at Sagamore up until, I want to say, like, maybe early this year.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, no kidding. Small world, dude.
Did Matt Ryan work for Sagamore?
Matt Ryan did also work for Sagamore too. Dude, a lot. I'm starting to notice like a lot of Sagamore alums here.
Yeah.
Then we got like a current Sagamore guy.
Here we go. Man, it worked out perfectly.
Real talk. If you're still winging your business operations with spreadsheets and whiteboards, you're falling behind. FieldPulse is a field service business management platform that helps you run your business like a machine. Appointments, invoices, customer info, and histories, all in one place. FieldPulse has got your essentials, and they have features you need as you scale. Click the link in the show notes or head to fieldpulse.com and see what real efficiency looks like.
2013. It's been a long time. And so you've done HVAC this whole entire time?
Yeah.
You haven't?
Nope.
You don't want to dip into plumbing?
Nope. Well, I mean, I do, kind of. Like, it's really not that hard. Hot on the left, cold on the right, shift flows downhill, dude. Come on.
Hey, honestly, I wish
I'm kidding, buddy. I'm kidding.
It was that easy.
No,
to, like,
it's not. It's not.
But, like, no, in retrospect, there's a lot of, like, broken down shit. But, like, kind of three basic things. Shit goes downhill.
Yeah.
Air goes up top. Hot's on left.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. But then
That'll get too far right there.
But some guys
It really will. Like, more so for, like, I would say residential applications.
Yes.
Like, changing out a hot water heater, I'm pretty confident I can do that. Changing out boilers and furnaces, stuff like that. Not technically permitted to do so, but, I can. Like, physically speaking, I'm more than competent of doing such. It's just getting the licensing.
Right.
Because the HVAC thing, you don't really work with boilers or anything like that, right? Or do you?
You used to.
No anymore.
So even in high school for co-op, I was working at GM Refrigeration. It was a local company right over.
Was it
down
GM or GEM?
GM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So G is in golf, M is in Mike.
Was that
GM?
Is that right next to General Fitness over
Yeah,
there?
yeah, it was. Unfortunately, so George Mercer still will say, with all due respect to my current and previous bosses, but George Mercer was the best.
Yeah.
He was an awesome guy. Really loved his company. Really loved the crew. His guys took good care of us. Like I grew up there. Fundamentally,
Yeah.
like it kind of it shaped me into the tech I am. Like my experience there and with the other technicians around me. I mean, bro, they had 3 guys with almost 100 years experience
Damn.
together.
Wow.
Some of the best techs, refrigeration techs I've ever worked with. Actually, it's funny, not haha, but funny hee. I guess you could say. Whatever. It's like it's kind of funny because after I left about 5-6 years ago, somewhere around there.
Okay.
I was offered a position at Piping Systems. At the time, it was Piping Systems Inc. It recently got changed over to Piping Systems Installation. I was offered an opportunity there that I sat down with George. I'm like, hey man, this seems like it could be a good thing for me. I'm gonna give it a shot. And he's like, hey, God bless you, best of luck, man. And then a few years after that, though, I guess he ended up selling the company, the business, to, I believe it was GEM. But I think technically it's actually a mechanical company that's like out in Chicago or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something like that. I hear bits and pieces, but I'm not a big fan of drama, so I try to stay the hell out of it. I got enough stuff going on in my head, man.
Yeah.
But so that transition is, from what I hear from some of the guys I'm still in contact with, it did not go very well. Unfortunately, like even to the point where like George himself was pretty upset about how things were going, and eventually, most of the guys that I knew that were there left. They did their own thing. Actually, Old Time Refrigeration, Ram Heating and Cooling, Cool Breeze Heating and Air, A to Z Refrigeration.
All these guys
were at GM. All those guys were at GM. So like Old Time Refrigeration.
I always see the Old Time Refrigeration van right next to my house when I drive by.
Really?
Yeah, like if I'm coming down.
I wonder if it's Kevin Cookson. Kevin Cookie. Hey Cookie, if you're listening to this at any point in time, I love you, bud.
Yeah. Every time what's that street they have? Like when you come up from Walmart, going up.
Stafford?
President Ave?
No, I don't know.
It's either Rhode Island Ave or President Ave.
It's not Rhode Island Ave. So like here's Walmart,
Oh,
You go-
the new one. Okay.
the
yeah.
new Walmart.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
go up all the way. You pass like where like the bakery was. Where
Is that
bar-
Brayton?
It could be Brayton
I
Ave.
think it's Brayton Ave
Yeah,
over
I
there.
don't know. I have no idea. I lived in Fall River for 30 fucking years, and I still don't know my streets.
Wait, you talk about the Walmart over on off of
You know where
Brayton
the
Ave?
you know where the new McDonald's is?
No.
Right next to Walmart, where Sam's Club used to be.
Oh, okay. There's
So-
a new McDonald's there?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know if it's new. I don't go to McDonald's very often.
good. I could tell you're in fantastic shape, man.
Yeah, you're funny. I appreciate it, but
haven't
it just looks like I am because I'm.
Do you
I'm
wear
wearing
big clothing? Is that what it is? Because I do the same thing. People are like, "Chow, you lost weight." I'm like, I'm just wearing really big clothes.
I try. There's like a weird like line that I try to find. You know, some things fit a little bit more snug, some things don't. But like no, it's not too baggy, but it's also not like skin tight.
Skin tight.
because that's just not my thing.
Some people that wear skin tight work shirts, you either do one or two things. It's like one, you have all your laundry is pretty much in the wash and you have nothing else. Or
Respect.
two, you're just trying to show off.
Yeah.
Or you're an engineer.
Yeah.
Sorry, what? Was that allowed? Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't been to the gym in like 8
Well, I mean,
years. You know,
I feel like you're like, especially because you do most of the commercial stuff, right?
yeah,
So in commercial settings, like you're always active, like you're
Yeah.
always walking around, like
Lifting shit. It's definitely not like a sedentary lifestyle by any means.
no, I mean, you know, some days are lazier than others. I will say, like a lot of times, especially as like a foreman, I almost feel bad because it's like I got a lot of like stuff to go through, forms to fill out, people to check in on. Contacts I have to call.
you do a lot of
like-
back end shit.
Yeah.
I get
So,
that.
you know, communications between the different trades, with the general contractor. If we're not the general contractor at the time, you know, like I'm in between a couple different jobs right now. So like one of them we're waiting on to hear back from the roofers. So I'm at like a standstill there.
Yep.
Another one we had to wait for the excavation team to come in and like, you know, take care of some stuff, pour a pad.
Yep.
A bunch of different stuff going on.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so it's a lot of not a lot. Like it's a weird line to draw. And I haven't honestly quite found like that good balance of how long do I spend filling forms and doing all this stuff on the back end, and how long do I spend actually physically doing the work? You know, because it's like right now there's a couple of different small jobs going on where
Yeah.
I'm putting a tool belt on,
Right.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and then like running this, running that, and then trying to keep up with the paperwork, which
How long-
I do not do well. I do not do very
How
well.
long? How long have you been a foreman for?
5-6 years now.
Oh, okay. So you're like a vet. Sort of.
I wouldn't know. I don't know about a vet.
I say 5+ years.
I
you're a
have
vet.
I have some experience to the point where I know I'm kind of figuring out the right questions to ask. Like
Yeah,
as soon as
yeah.
I get on site, you know, like, hey, where are we going? What's A to B? Okay, what are the limitations between A and B? You know,
Yep.
stuff like that. Who do I have to watch out for? What height you guys running at? Like all that other stuff.
The height thing is really a big thing.
Yeah.
Dude, like I think we can both agree.
Always check the reflective ceiling plans. Always
And
check those.
That because I'm having an issue right now with ceiling heights with
no.
the HVAC guys and us because the HVAC guys they're 4 weeks behind schedule.
Ooh.
So
rough.
and then they was the rough inspection because we're doing a multi-res building. The
Okay.
rough inspection for this whole entire building for all the trades is when July 31st next week.
22nd is
2
next
weeks.
Monday,
2
I think.
weeks.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they have 2
Like
weeks to do 3 floors and a commercial space.
So 2 weeks for like 3 months worth of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sounds
So,
about right.
like,
Stressful.
but then we already had all of our pipe up. Electricians had their pipe up. Sprinkler guys had all their pipe up.
Nice.
Then they're like, oh, where we want to put our duct? I'm like, oh. And like we follow the plan,
Yeah.
like that was printed, stamped, and approved by the engineer and the architect.
Was it coordinated? That's the question.
Um,
Because there is a distinction.
Yes,
So you
when-
can get a layout plan and whatnot, but it might not necessarily be coordinated depending on the contractor you're working
it
with.
wasn't. I don't believe it was coordinated.
That's probably why.
But I don't.
even
I don't
when it
think.
is,
I don't
dude-
think anybody's was coordinated.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But then they were like, oh, like, you know, we got to move some stuff. And like, we actually figured it out that they were just trying to cut corners and trying to like, you know, just trying to pull a fast one because
Yeah.
they wanted us to move our whole entire water main.
Wow.
So
It's like, nah, man.
nah, man,
You want, me
sorry.
to, you want me to like move a branch over a couple inches? or
That's
something?
fine.
Like, yeah, no problem.
but a whole
main?
entire water main that runs like 200 feet.
Shit's
no,
not happening.
No,
Yeah.
It's already in the air. It's like, and plus like it's already hung, and then like they already put drywall on the ceiling already. So it's like, dude, I would have to cut it out. Like and then fucking try to find a new joist to go to.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, screw that.
It's
man.
not happening.
No, unfortunately not. And that's what I think that's a big issue. Like a lot of like commercial like trades get in with. You really got to communicate. If you don't like communicate well with the other trades,
Yep.
then this shit would happen. Like a lot of clashing and all that shit. That's why it's always a few jobs that I've been a part of. we always have these like Monday morning meetings. We talk about the job. We're like, okay, what are we doing?
All
this
the
week?
trades come
all
together.
all the foremans, not everybody, just the foremans.
Mhm.
So that way we can like discuss like, okay,
But all the trades are involved. Yes.
Yes.
I know. I got what he was saying. Yeah.
yeah. So all the all the trades from the but all the foremen.
So shit like that doesn't happen. You're
Yeah,
all on
exactly.
the same
It's still,
page.
that's the thing, though. It still does.
It still
but
does, no matter
it's,
what.
You can kind of catch some of the big stuff. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like it's not a perfect science.
No,
It's not. You're doing your best on a daily basis, but something always comes up all the time. So you got to be able to pivot. You know, you got to be able to pivot, which is why having a good relationship with the guys that are like on the ground, you know, is of the utmost importance. I
now
would
you're
say.
saying like foreman to your
Everybody.
work.
I mean everybody, dude.
okay.
Honestly, look, the physical work itself is actually a very small percentage of what we do on a regular basis. Relationships, building relationships, maintaining relationships, that's the priority.
Yeah.
In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do, not to say I do a good job of it, because I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't
Yeah.
ask people. Or maybe I should. But anyway, I try my best to build and maintain relationships with like all the guys, all the trades that I'm working with and around. Because at the end of the day is, if there's any kind of inconsistency, you could say, or potentiality for clashing in one way, shape, form, or another, hopefully we can dispute about it, like amongst men, between men or women. You know, I haven't come across too many women foremen, but I'm sure they're out there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
100%.
But yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
It's
know?
very underrated when like communication on a job site.
Yeah.
You would think like, I just have to communicate with GC. Like, nah, motherfucker. You gotta communicate with everybody. Because fucking the electrical guys want to run their fucking wire where your pipes are gonna go. The HVAC guys want to run their duct, but it's too fucking low for our water piping.
You don't have to, but it would be to your benefit. Because
like,
there are some guys I've worked with that are just like, I really don't care. I'm putting my stuff up where it goes, and according to my print, any changes whatsoever, I'm billing you for.
Yeah.
So now at that point, it's like, okay, is it going to be worth me having this guy charge me $6,000 to move a line 10 inches over, or whatever the case, because he's got it up already? Or do I just like run my shit around?
But also to that point too, if someone's a jackass like that on a job site, I think that person just doesn't get called to the next big job. Like relationships are important, man. You know,
They are.
if you're an asshole and you're hard to work with, I don't think people call you up the next time.
it depends. It depends on the company, though. You know what I mean? Because I've worked with a few foremen that I've done some questionable shit. To Alex's point, they follow their plan. They put it up. They don't care about what happens afterwards. So, but they do such a good job at it that they really don't get the consequences for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
So-
the thing, because if your company's seeing you just put up, 600 feet of pipe in 3 days or something, I actually don't know what like the standard is.
You
or
can do
nothing
the
like that.
HVAC standard if you want.
There really isn't one.
Nah, like
Not that I'm aware
duct or stuff like that.
So sheet metal, I do it. I can
but you don't do
it's
sheet
not my
metal.
thing.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, maybe we should make this distinction. So, refrigeration, particularly. So, I have my masters and contractors in Mass and Rhode Island for refrigeration, as well as my technicians. I had my gas fitters for a little bit too, apprenticeship, but unfortunately, I kind of let that lapse, which I shouldn't have. But it is what it is. And I'm also, at this point now, a pipe fitting apprentice, third tier.
In both states?
No, because in Rhode Island, so I actually just went through this now. I had a reciprocal pipe fitting license, apprenticeship in Rhode Island. Problem is that because in Rhode Island, pipe fitting also qualifies you for gas fitting. You need to maintain a gas fitters in Massachusetts to qualify for Rhode Island. If that's the route you're gonna go.
Yeah, that was the route I'm gonna go. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a little funky.
Yeah.
But yeah. So most likely because I let my gas fitters apprenticeship drop, now I'm no longer qualifying for the reciprocal.
In order for that to qualify, you need to get.
I need to be a pipe fitter and gas fitter in Massachusetts in order to be a pipe fitter in Rhode Island.
Okay.
Yep. Or you could do plumbing. But plumbing's 6 years, gas fitting's 3. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm dealing with
The
right
math.
now.
Yeah, math. Yeah.
Yeah.
The math ain't mathin'.
Indeed. I will say it was like the math part was easy. Like sizing, like for the test and
Oh,
for the
yeah,
gas
yeah,
fitters,
yeah.
like sizing stuff out. Like
The formulas.
Once you know the formulas,
Yep.
I mean they have a whole breakdown for you. It's really not that bad. What killed me was all the code questions because the code questions I was familiar with and I was studying. Not on the test.
Oh,
they were not. They were not on the
Yeah.
test. Yeah, I got
remember-
boned.
I remember a few guys. It was actually vice versa. They did great on the code book questions.
Yeah.
They could not do the math.
Yeah.
And they got like I think the passing score is 68. They got like 67, 66.
Fuck, dude.
When they won
I'd
it 2
almost
points
just
off.
rather bomb it.
Torturous. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, hey, I definitely need to study as opposed to like, oh, what question could I dispute? You know?
Right.
That's funny.
The-
I mean, not really, but
But no, I've had a few friends that like got 67s when they're supposed to get 68s, and they both got. There was one guy, he got 67 twice.
Oh my gosh, dude.
hey, honestly, put myself on rapport right now. It took me 5 times to get my master's
Really?
for refrigeration. Yeah.
Did you always like had like a really close score, or was it always like bombed?
It was always like within a few points, except for one of them. One of them I totally, it was like in the 50s, and I needed a 70 to pass and
Yeah,
whatnot. But the last one, luckily enough, I got it. I had a good tutor finally. It took me a little while because I was like, I'll just study on my own. And I was like, it was not helping me.
You're
Do
like,
you
this
think
shit's
that-
not working. Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
it's key though? Like having a tutor? I've never heard of that. Like a tutor for HVAC or plumbing.
I would say someone that's familiar with what's on the test, particularly, kind of allows you to consolidate where your like form of study is going to pertain to. Because like for the refrigeration, basically the master's test, as far as I'm aware, when I took it, it was a overly glorified technician's test. I thought when I was looking it up, I thought there was going to be like business questions because the master's allows you to basically have technicians underneath you, right? Which so you can start a company or whatever the case is. You can technically have a company with just your technicians,
Yep.
but you can't sign off on apprenticeships. So, it's like a one-man show or a two-man show, but like the apprentice isn't getting everyone's hours.
Yes.
But yeah, so the master test, what really got me was a lot of like the ammonia questions. They had a few on there that tripped me up. And then just like re-familiarizing myself with like even the stuff we learned in related, because I had just, the first few times I went into it, I was like, I've been in the trade a little while. I'll probably be all right. I'm pretty familiar with like the broad scope of how everything works. And then there was some questions I was like, I've never even touched this thing. Like cascade systems, so like my understanding, which is limited because like I said, never worked on them, but a cascade system is like an interfeeding loop of refrigerations systems and whatnot. So like you have, let's say, a medium temp that's feeding into a low temp. It's not really something that's applied like in trade much more so anymore, at least that I've come across or anything I've come across, but it was on there. Like they asked you a few questions, they ask you troubleshooting questions, electrical code questions, ammonia questions, a lot of stuff to do with like ASHRAE 15. So ammonia is covered under like ASHRAE 17 and whatnot, so you got to familiarize yourself a little bit with that. And ASHRAE 15 is basically the governing code for most refrigeration applications, venting and all that other stuff. Because you do have to vent refrigeration.
You do have to vent refrigeration.
When it's carbon dioxide, which works at like 1200 psi. Freaking ridiculous.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's no joke, dude. It's no joke.
Like, I was at a school in Rhode Island one time, and the HVAC crew that was there went on line sets and everything like that. And then when they had to do testing, I think they had to test like high PSI, like
600. Was it Mitsubishi?
No, I don't think it was. But I know
Samsung. Normally the range is like 550 psi to 600.
Yeah, but they
for
went,
24 hours.
Yeah, but they went even higher.
Oh gosh.
And it was all brazed joints too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, but you can run the risk though. One bad joint,
Well, I mean, so I would hope now, like you stagger your testing. Right.
Yes.
You don't just like, all right, let's crank this
You don't-
thing to
you don't do-
600 psi, baby.
Yeah, you have
let
to-
it rip.
Increments. Dude.
Yes.
Increments.
Baby steps.
Yes, exactly. Because in all fairness, like if a 1/4 inch line breaks off at 400 psi,
That thing's
that
a
will
bullet.
slice you up,
Yeah.
man.
A guy was one of the HVAC guys that was doing that project. He was telling me a story about how one of his coworkers was testing, and then they didn't stagger.
Oh no.
So they went to 600 psi right off the rip. There was a joint that had just a little bit of brazing rod not in it. Thing shot up, skimmed him right here.
Just skimmed him?
Skimmed him, but he was out for a while.
Yeah, thank God.
So, but he.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Thank God for like the minimum amount of damage that he took.
Yes.
I'm sure it was still horrendous.
It was very
but
horrendous. The way
It could have been much worse.
Yes.
Because I was like, he said like, oh yeah, we bumped up to 600 psi, and jokingly I said 600. That's it. This guy took it way to heart because I think because of a coworker of his almost died from it. And my intentions were never to like joke around about that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I was just joking around like 600 psi. That's it. That's all you got, motherfucker. Like,
You know, if you have a good relationship with the guy you're making jokes to,
Yeah.
it goes over a lot smoother.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It all
Well,
comes back.
the problem was I was only there.
Full
That was
circle.
my first week there, and they started doing all the testing. So like, really, nobody knew me.
Yeah. I get you.
They knew me by at least the end of the second week because like, who doesn't love me.
Talk of talk.
They're hard not to love.
I don't know. I have
sure your
some.
wife would
I
say
have
something
some
different,
haters
yeah.
on these fucking comments.
Do you really?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, don't listen to that.
Oh, I don't. But it's so
okay.
funny to read.
Are they?
Oh, it's so hilarious.
I see. You know, it's funny. People recommend like, oh, you should read the YouTube comments on videos. Like, I don't make my own content. I consume as much as I can, but some days it's like, bro, I'm just my brain is fried right now. I can't handle any of this.
No, but like obviously, I don't like late at night read the comments. Like, I'll see it. And I'm like, oh, who the fuck does this guy think he is? There was a comment though one time where I'm like, dude, I'm about to square up with this.
Send location.
Yeah, just send location. Send location. But I don't really pay attention to the comments anymore. I remember the other day I was like, Alex, should I say something to this guy right now? Like, just fucking absolutely demeanor him. Like, just. Yeah. But I'm like, you know what? I'm a good man. I have a business, so I gotta be like, a good guy right now. So I'm like, just snip it under the butt. And then we'll be good.
It gets everyone, though. Connor Matthews, we had this UFC fighter on. He was talking about it, too. Like, he gets a bunch of haters. Yeah. Nicest guy on earth, but people they want to talk shit.
Yeah.
And then he's like, when you go on their pages, it's always like they don't have a picture. it's accept your friend request.
Oh, it's anonymous.
Yeah, it's just some,
Yeah.
Well,
everyone's a tough guy if you don't get punched in the face.
Yeah, literally.
Not that I'm recommending any kind of violence because I'm a man of God. But, that's, I would say it's from a lack of meaning fundamentally. Like, if you don't find meaning in your own life and in the way that you participate with the relationships around you, then it's very easy to demean, diminish, or be angry at yourself and at others. So when you see somebody doing pretty well, it's a lot easier, you could say, to be like, that guy sucks, even though you're doing nothing.
Do you think that's jealousy, though? Like,
So I'd like to make a distinction.
Okay.
Our fight is not with persons. It's with powers and principalities. What I mean by that is there are spiritual forces that guide us at all times. Because spirit is breath, right?
Yeah.
So you can choose to participate with those spirits or not, right? So like the spirit of lust, the spirit of envy, the spirit of vice, the spirit of anger, right? These are all things that we can participate in, right? And I would say is that depending on your orientation, right, you can fall into that very easily. And, once everything looks like a nail, you can use the hammer.
Yeah.
Right. But I think that we need to not apply our attention in correcting certain issues to like the persons as opposed to the authorities above them that are guiding them on a really, really fundamental basis, So approach people, the haters, with love and humility, right? And I think that's probably going to be the best way to combat that.
I totally agree with that.
And yeah, people might say it's like, oh, you're a pushover, you're this, you're that. It's like, you know what, man? At the end of the day is my goal ultimately, right, is to come into communion with God. And in order to do so, sometimes you're going to come across some pretty difficult stuff, even if that means just ignoring people, right, who are looking to. Well, don't they have a term for this now? I'm not too hip on the lingo. Trolling, right?
Trolling.
Yes, trolling. There we go. Gosh. But yeah, so you have people out there, especially now with social media being the way it is. Like it's very easy just to say some like absolutely ridiculous stuff to somebody.
Obviously, yeah, it's easy because there's no consequences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that.
There are, but we don't necessarily see them.
We're too far removed from the consequences.
Yes. Oh no, not even so much that, but like it kind of gets into this thing of judgment, you could say, right? So our roles are not necessarily to judge. It's more so, I would say, like to discern, because judgment belongs to the Son. Like all authority and power have been given to the Son in that regard. You can judge on matters of faith, for sure. Like you have to be pretty distinct and direct about that. But the consequences, like you hear all the time, right? These elites doing just like really heinous stuff. And it's like, well, why aren't they getting punished for this? It's like, that's not like, I don't need to worry about that. I was in it for a little while, man. I'm not going to lie. Like it was every day consuming political content. What's going on here? What's going on with this person? Why are they doing that? And all that did was just drain me, dude. All it did was just
mentally, right?
Mentally, like physically, it was on my mind all the time. And it's so tiring.
Yeah.
to have to concern myself with, like, I don't want to point him out particularly, but like it's a good example, like Biden, all the stuff that's going on with him, all the stuff that's going on with Obama, and pretty much every other political figure. Now, I have no idea what's going on now or for the last 6 years or so, because I stepped away. I'm like, there's no need for me to be so upset all the time about what's going on and where's the justice in this. It's like, you know what? At the end of the day, they're going to have to face their maker.
Yeah.
Regardless of who they think that is. I know who it is.
Yeah.
And they'll have to, what could you say? Make an account for their particular interactions, ultimately speaking. So you know what? You know what's great about that? I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about what other people are doing.
Yep.
Right? I need fundamentally to focus on myself.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. You have a whole big old group of people that think that they can completely restructure all of Western society by however means that they think they can go about it, right? But they're attempting to tackle the hierarchy at the upper end of it, as opposed to like starting from the bottom. You know, start with yourself, man.
Yeah.
Like if you can't square yourself away, you have no right to tell anybody else how to square themselves away.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Right? Start with yourself. Then maybe if you get pretty good at that, you can kind of branch that out to your family. Then maybe once you have that kind of under control, maybe you can go out to your neighborhood. After your neighborhood, maybe your city. From your city to your county. From your county to your state. From your state to your country. Who the hell knows? But we're not participating properly with that.
I remember I took Alex to the driving range for the first time because he's like, yeah, dude, I want to golf and everything like that. And at this time, I feel like I've been golfing for like a while. I wouldn't say I'm like a pro. Like,
No.
I'm just scaping by. Like, you know, double bogeying and all that shit, you know. But
What's a double bogey?
So, all right, I'll break it down.
Okay,
I'll break it down. So, you're at a hole, okay? So there's 18 holes in golf, obviously, and you're at one of these holes. You have to get a number of shots in.
Yeah.
So the golf course designates the number of shots.
Okay.
So like for this particular hole, you have 4 shots to get it in to break even.
Okay.
If you do it in less, it's called a birdie. You get -1. So when you're in the minus, that means it's really good.
Okay.
Okay. So the goal of golf is try to get as much minus points as you can. Usually it's -18. That's a perfect game because all you do
What is
is
that, like, what do they call it?
a birdie. Like
That's a birdie?
A birdie each hole. So
okay.
So, but for me, not being like, you know,
and there's stuff beneath that too, right? It's birdie, then like eagle is like a -2, right?
all right, so
and then a hole in one.
I guess we're gonna do a golf episode now at this point. So there's birdie, which is -1. There's eagle, which is -2. There's albatross.
Albatross, that's a big ass bird, dude.
And there's albatross, which is -3, which most of the time is a hole in one.
Okay.
But you never see that in par 4s. And then par is 0.
Okay.
So, and then you get into the bogeys. You get regular bogey, that's +1.
Okay.
Double bogey, +2.
Okay.
Triple bogey,
+3.
and then you're just after +3, you're just like, yeah, I just suck.
Yeah, okay. So I'd probably be at like the, you know, like 12 bogey or something.
I'm right there with you.
12.
Yeah,
But,
+12.
I remember one time we went to the driving range. Me and Alex met up, and I was like, "Oh, you ever hit a golf club before?" He's like, "Nope." He's like, "I just gonna hit it." I'm like, "Okay,
Let's see how that goes for you."
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, how do I do this?" I'm like, so I showed him like, you know, proper form and everything like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, all right, all you have to do is just this." So I got it. I got it ready. Yeah, you know, like I'm like, I try to have Gilmore, honestly.
Yeah. You come out and wow.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, all you gotta do is set your feet like this. Don't try to like, you know, move your shoulders too much. Keep stiff. I'll never forget the day too. And he didn't have on the right shoes either. So he went to go take it like a baseball.
Isn't it just like a cleat or something?
It's golf shoes are usually like a cleat.
Okay.
It's not like the football cleats where it has like a huge spikes.
No, it's just little ones, right?
Little ones.
Because you don't want to mess up the grass either.
No. Especially when you're on the green, you know. So I'm like, Alex, all you gotta do is this, okay?
Wait, hold on. What's the difference between like the
okay, so now we're getting into grass. All right. So you have.
I went down a rabbit hole with grass, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like so we bought a home in Tiverton a little while ago, and I'm like, oh, what can I do to get my grass like kind of like, you know, nice? And I spent probably way more time than I should have, like diving into like, okay,
grass.
What kind of grasses? Well, you have like Kentucky bluegrass, you have all this other kind of stuff, different species of grass, what works best in your area, what works for the soil, where's your pH at? And I'm like, that's just a lot of work, man. You know, it's green. That's all.
I'll just take normal grass, please.
Yeah. People are doing like clover lawns now, stuff like that. I guess.
What is
That's a
that?
big thing.
Like,
Clover.
Clover?
Clover.
Clover.
Well, yeah, like
Oh,
three-leaf
like the
clovers.
clovers.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Because they only grow like so tall and whatnot. They have
So
some nice flowers.
They don't even need to like.
Yeah, they're low maintenance. They're good for drought.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that, but I hear it's a good thing. I have a lot of it. But all right, so the greens. What are the greens?
All right. So the grass types in golf, you have fairway, which is that's where you want the ball to land.
The fairway is
the
where
fairway.
you want it to
The
land.
fairway. Then you have the green, which is where like the guys putt. That's a lot thinner and like more fine.
Okay.
So because you don't want the ball to like get caught up in like the little strands of grass.
Yeah. Makes sense.
They like.
Does that like so? Here's a question: does that make like a big difference, like the height of the
Huge
grass?
difference.
Yeah,
Huge difference.
I can imagine.
Because then
Okay.
you have fairway, green.
Mm-hmm.
Then the places that you don't want to get caught into is the rough, and that's like tall grass, like not.
Gotcha.
You know
So
what I
like you're taking a whole chunk of dirt out with you when you try to hit the ball. Yeah,
100%.
Oh, that's gnarly.
And then you have the sand, which is bunker. So there's sand.
That looks like it'd be really tough to like
100%.
get out of.
Yeah, because they make special clubs for each thing.
Oh, okay.
So like there's a sand wedge.
So that's why like when in like a golfing bag, you have multiple drivers,
yeah.
or is a driver a particular kind of club?
So you always have
Driver is like off the rip, right? Like that's
okay.
Your 11.5 driver. That's your first driver you always want to hit with, especially if you're doing a par 4 or par 5.
because it gets you the distance.
It gets you distance.
and that's the bulky one,
The
right?
big
Yeah.
boy.
The big boy.
The big boy.
big boy.
So you have that, but then you also have a few other drivers. You have a 3-wood, you have a 1-wood, and then you go into your like irons. You have from 9 to 2.
Okay.
And they all serve a purpose because they're all angled differently.
Oh.
So I always fuck this up too. I think the smaller iron number, the longer it goes.
What do you mean the longer it goes?
So like
the
in terms of distance.
oh, but like
But
so
the angle is like
is
this.
a bit more what's like not a deeper angle. It's more actually like it would be like a cube. I don't know how you measure it.
Yeah, I don't know how you measure it.
It's
either.
a sharper angle.
Yes,
there we
yes,
go.
yes,
Okay.
So like a 9 is like just
Kinda straight?
Yeah, almost
Okay.
straight. I could be fucking this up.
No, I think that's right. I think the 9 is closest to a
I'm
driver.
trusting you here, Tiago. Don't lie to me.
And then I think the 2 is like almost close to like a wedge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so you have 9 to 2 irons. Then you have your wedges, which you use it for multiple different things. Like, and then your putter.
Okay.
Putter's pretty simple.
The stuff you use in mini golf, right?
Yes.
Okay, sweet
Yes.
deal. I'm familiar with those.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
This episode is once again brought to you by FieldPulse. I was just talking to a contractor last week who said switching to FieldPulse saved him 6 hours on every single estimate thanks to his custom-built price book. And customers were accepting more because they receive digital estimates and can accept them right from their own device. The benefits of FieldPulse are priceless. But we still convinced them to give our listeners 20% off when you mention this podcast at your free demo. Head to fieldpulse.com to book a free demo today.
Back to the story about Alex on the driving range. I'm like, Alex, all right, all you gotta do is hit this thing. It's pretty simple. Like, I taught him my method because, but everyone has a different method. I put my foot a little bit backer because mine like swings that way.
Okay.
I try to keep mine straight.
So you try to basically, instead of attempting to hit the ball differently, you're attempting to basically just move your position.
Yes.
So that it has a different direction.
Because
Okay.
if I keep my feet like straight and like obviously like like this,
Yeah.
my ball's gonna hook that way.
Oh, gotcha.
Because of the way my body turns.
Yeah. So you're just like pivot.
I pivot my right foot back, so that way I go straight forward.
Okay.
So I've learned
Good
that
idea.
through repetition. I'm like, dude, I keep on shanking these fucking balls. Like I keep on going into the rough. I'm like,
So
dude,
that shanking is like messing it up.
it's 100% messing
Okay,
it up.
gotcha,
You never want to be in the rough. You never want to be in the bunker.
Yeah, my terminology is very limited when it comes to golf.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I'm teaching you.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Shanking. I hope.
I'd be doing a lot of shanking.
Well, I think in golf they call it a slice.
Okay.
So when you're slicing it, so you either go like hook hook and slice.
Oh, okay.
So that's the two terms.
Okay.
Hook means you're going left. Slicing means you're going way right.
We're gonna have a vocab test after this, so just
Oh gosh. Oh, I don't have my notepad on me.
Oh, God. Where the fuck am I going with this? So
Golfing story with Alex.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So we're at the range. I taught Alex how to hit the ball. I'm like, all right, it's pretty simple now. All you gotta do is hit the ball. He goes up to it. He just hits the top of the driver, and then it just goes like a foot into the range. And I'm like, I joke around. I'm like, Alex, you hit it farther than anybody right now because nobody was in the ball. So I'm like, and then he's like, oh, so I have to, like, there was a lot of, I taught you a lot that day too. I'm like, oh man, I'm like,
it's tough, dude.
Because you just want to smack it. But that's
but
not
I
how it
approached it like a
works.
baseball bat, and then like, it was bad enough that I took a few swings, and then one of the guys at Topgolf was like, you need a hand, bud. I was like, yes. I was like, yes, I do.
you had a baseball bat?
I was basically swinging it like I thought of it as a baseball bat, just like aimed at the ground. Kind of how I was swinging it. So, bro, I was getting into it. I was like, all right, I got this. Oh, and then it's like, there it is. Oh, wow. I was like, oh wow, that's kind of embarrassing.
A lot of guys think it's all power.
It's really not.
It's
no.
it's about like
acceleration is power.
yes, yeah, but also what did
Energy equals mass times velocity squared.
But it's not about power.
No,
It's about obviously acceleration because you can have a slow buildup because that's how mine is. I have a big slow buildup,
Yeah.
and then once I'm at my peak, once I feel it right here, that's when everything goes into it.
gotcha.
Boom! I don't even have to like put all my power into it.
No.
I know that the driver is just going to do its thing.
Yeah. You
then
almost
boom.
like the only way I can attribute it, because again, my experience with golf was like maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But a sledgehammer, right? A lot of guys swing that thing around like it's
Yeah,
nobody's business. It's like, bro, the reason it's weighted is so you can use the weight.
Yeah.
Like you bring it up once you get to a certain point, once you hit like that kind of peak, just let it drop. Dude.
Yeah, that's
let
it.
it drop. You know.
Especially like a 5-pounder.
Yeah,
Because the
and
5-pounder
I
can
felt
still do
so
some
silly
damage.
too, because my cousins do they do a bunch of different stuff. They're basically like overall contractors. Even now they do a lot of sheet metal. But at the time, right, so we had some concrete that was at the time of my Vavos house, memory eternal. But we were breaking it down. So here I am, like young kid. I might have been, I say young kid, but I was actually a teenager, I'm pretty sure, like 16, 18, somewhere in between there.
Still young.
Yeah. I didn't really swing a sledgehammer before, but here I am trying to like whack this thing and like using a bunch of force. I'm getting winded, and my cousin looks at me like, Alex, what are you doing, dude? He picks it up, he goes like this, look. He takes it back like a little bit, and he just lets it do its thing. Boom, whole thing like cracks open. I'm like, oh, that's way easier. That's way easier. Like, yeah, let the tool do the job.
Absolutely.
No kidding. There's a time for like brute force and ignorance, but
Not all the time.
not all the time.
Especially when
no.
you're trying to like it just ruins your body.
Yeah.
Especially in the long run. I have noticed that too. Where it's like, pure example, using a sawzall, right? Some guys would
Bro,
just like,
bandsaw. What are you doing?
oh no, I still use a bandsaw, but in certain situations,
Yeah,
I
fair
have
enough.
to use the sawzall.
I
You
get
know what I
you.
mean? Tight areas and all that shit. But like guys would just like kind of force it, right? At least with the bandsaw,
Okay.
right? Bandsaw they really force it. Like when I'm cutting
you
thread,
snap the blade.
yeah, I'm like, dude, let the saw do. That's why it's called a
Bandsaw.
bandsaw because it just.
The weight of the bandsaw 90% of the time is going to cut right through it. You just have to guide it.
That's it. Like I
And
was,
don't put your fingers over the area where the blade is like running. I had a guy do that. I felt kind of bad. Although luckily, thank God, it was like a small nick. Like I've cut myself worse on paper than what he got hit with the bandsaw. Luckily, because the saw blade itself is slightly recessed, like into the actual track. So luckily, it wasn't too big of a deal. But yeah, he I couldn't believe it. He grabbed it like from the end instead of the handle that's like right there for you. He grabbed it right on the end there, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's not a good idea. But it took me a second to realize what he was doing. And
That's a
then
sharp
it's like,
tool.
Yeah. Oh, dude, a slice through the finger like it's nobody's business. My goodness.
Yeah, seriously.
Which is why they're Milwaukee and everyone else is coming out with like you have to have two hands on the bandsaw.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of safety guys now because a
requiring
safety guy's like requiring like you got to use both hands. Like I had a safety guy ask me the other day. He was like, "Oh, can you show me how to use this bandsaw?"
Oh no,
it was M18. The compact one,
Yeah.
the Milwaukee
Oh,
M18
okay.
compact one.
Yeah.
The one that's not like the mini one, but like a little bit bigger.
Okay.
It takes like the M18, not
Yeah.
like big 4-inch
No,
one.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's got
I'm
like a 2.5, 3 inch open.
yeah. So I started demonstrating it, and he was like, "Can you use it with one hand?" I'm like, "Absolutely, sir." Like, and I did it properly.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Oh, the only reason why I'm asking, and I'm not saying you're doing like anything wrong because you're fine. I had a guy on another job site try to use the same bandsaw, but he cut his finger wide open.
Oh, that's gnarly.
So I'm like, and I asked him like, "Oh, how did that happen?" He was like, "Oh, the way he did it was like, I'm sorry, like it's kind of your own fault." So the way he did it, and let me just buy a mic. No, put the mic next to my mouth.
Oh,
Put it-
what?
Should I
no.
Oh, goodness.
Stop. All right. So the way he did it was like this. So he had his measurement. You know how most guys they don't even use a tape. They'll use a tape measure, but they don't mark it.
Yeah.
So he had his measurement.
Yeah.
A buddy of his started talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even notice.
Oh.
Sliced his thumb. Gone.
Yeah, easily
Gone.
Yeah.
And then obviously
I will say, I mean, say whatever you want. I mark everything. Almost.
Oh, me too.
It's way more efficient. Don't get me wrong. Like I see. It's actually really cool. Like watching other trades and whatnot, especially guys who are proficient with their job. There's this guy. I think it's Larry Horn. He's like a carpenter / framing guy.
I feel like I've heard this.
I see him in like short clips on either YouTube or like Instagram. Whatever the case.
You said
Larry Horn. Larry Horn. I think his name is. Older guy. Yeah. And this dude is a master craftsman. Yeah. I mean, driving in like 4 or 5 inch nails with 2 swings.
No shit.
Like he sets it and then drives it right in. I'm like, okay, that's easy. Oh, he makes it look easy to the point where I go and try it and I'm like, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, what the hell is going on, dude? Like the amount of time and effort that someone actually has to put into mastering their craft like that, like it's extensive. Yeah. That dude has taken, I don't know, tens of thousands of swings to get to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like in that scenario, like he doesn't use a tape measure very much because he's just using other dimensions that he's already made to like mark them out or whatever the case. You know, he's very, very good with it. But yeah, for the most part, every now and then I'll take my thumb, you know, but I usually keep my eyes on my appendages when I do so. But it's really easy to mess that up, man. Like you don't. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
I was going to say, we take a lot for granted. We take a lot for granted.
Well, also at the same time, too, it's very easy to get distracted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, especially at a job site, there's like 1,000 things going on.
Yeah.
Like, you know, an apprentice will ask you, like, oh, hey, like, and then you just lose focus.
Yeah.
And if you have ADHD, it's like you're walking around like, okay, measurement.
Yeah.
Someone talks to you, fuck! I forgot.
Yep.
You know?
It was right there.
Yeah.
I have the same problem, too.
Yeah,
like,
it sucks. That's why I keep a notepad in my hard hat.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I should start doing that.
You should.
Like a mini one?
Well, I have, like a little notepad. Yeah, I have like a band for my headlight that goes onto my full brim
so do
and whatnot. Unless you're on one of those jobs that makes you wear the special helmets, you know.
I've never, knock on wood, I haven't
come across it.
No.
In all fairness, they're really not that bad, but it's just like.
Oh wait, you mean special helmet, like the new hard hats, like the ones that look like
the ones that
helmets?
actually you have this chin strap that goes to the back of your head. Hey, look, I get it. They're safer. They stay on your head, right? A lot of guys have suffered severe and traumatic injuries because the hard hat fell off when they made contact. I understand and am empathetic with what they're doing. I just really like my full brim.
I love the full brim.
I love my full brim.
I love my full brim to a certain extent, especially if I'm in like tight areas. I can't wear it.
Yeah, that's fair. And but in all honesty, if you're in a tight spot, if you take your helmet off, nobody's really gonna say nothing.
No. Yeah.
You know. But if you freaking go up and you catch your dome piece on a threaded rod that somebody cut pretty gnarly, or nail or anything, that's your fault. At that point, it's kind of on you.
Well, the cool thing now is Milwaukee started making these hats.
Yeah.
These these
like a trucker cap.
Like trucker caps. Like
I just noticed you had a 2 legit podcast hat. Oh, that's dope.
Hey, yeah, look at that. But Milwaukee makes these hats, these trucker hats, some similar to like what you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
But inside of it is hard hat. They've done testing where they put it on like you ever see like World's Deadliest Warrior or something like that. It used to be on Spike TV.
Yeah.
So
dude, Spike was good. Yeah, was it Mansers? You guys ever seen that?
I remember that.
That was so ridiculous.
Mansers.
How many dollar bills would you need to get high off a strip of cocaine? It's like, you actually need $1.3 million of $1 bills to like get enough cocaine off of it in order to actually like get stimulated. Yeah, just things that live in my head, man. It's like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, goodness gracious. Or there was another one too. It's like, well, how many farts would it take to like kill somebody inside of an elevator? Like just absolutely ridiculous stuff, you know, which I find much less tasteful now, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the time, as like a 16-year-old, it's like, oh, yeah, I should definitely know that. I need to keep that in mind in case I'm stuck in an elevator, which I have been. You know, this is absolutely essential to my survival. Yes.
Another great show, by the way, and it was huge when I was in high school, was Sports Science, when ESPN had Sports Science.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. Like, they did stuff with, like, boxers, UFC fighters. Like,
one guy got kicked in the balls.
Yeah. And then, but, like, casually, though. And
Well, he had a technique, right?
Yeah.
That allowed him to like
absorb the pain.
Not
almost.
absorb it. I think the way that, well, maybe, I don't know, but like it almost looked like his testicles actually were receded into his pelvic area. Like he learned how to do that. So when he makes contact, you're not actually hitting the testicles. You're just catching his pelvic bone.
Oh.
Yeah. And like other fighters do, right? They make small fractures in their bones, and then that bone eventually gets like denser. Maybe not denser is the right term, but at least thickens up a little bit to where, you got guys freaking breaking trees down with their shins. It's like, what the heck is going on there?
Those are the Thailand guys right there.
Yeah.
The Muay Thai guys.
Yeah.
Those are the Thai guys right there.
Indeed. They live and breathe that stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Wild.
So going back to the conversation about Spike TV, they have like these like human heads that pretty much mimics like an actual human. Has the brain, eyes, everything.
Yeah.
And the skin protection, everything is supposed to be like a human.
It's a replica. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So they put the cap on. All of a sudden, they just shoot it up to this thing that has roofing nails.
Okay.
This, like plywood that has roofing nails.
Okay.
So they did one with one regular cap.
Okay.
Obviously, went right through internal bleeding.
Penetrated.
Penetrated.
Easily.
Like
this is not protecting me at all. This is not going to do anything. This just looks nice.
Even though shout out to Troll Company.
Yeah, baby. Dirty hands, clean money.
This is honestly like this is the brand for trades right here. So, but
Thorough goods, really comfortable. Origin jeans, good stuff. The suspenders are accidental. I wear them because I don't have enough of a bum to actually hold my pants up.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
that's what it is.
I like it.
Plus, they look rad. I like them.
They do look rad.
Thank you.
Thank
you. It's wicked funny, actually. I've gotten complimented by like older guys, like in their 50s and 60s.
That's so used to
like,
shit.
I had one guy say, "Oh, you look mighty dapper today." I'm like, "Thank you, thank you very much." Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I have not heard that before.
Mighty dapper.
Yeah.
That's a compliment, bro.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
I think I'm not too familiar, but I think dapper was at one point in time the lingo that was
like back in like the 50s.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Like, you look dapper today, son.
Yeah, they had languages. Interesting
Languages.
Indeed.
But, so yeah, they did a regular cap test, immediately, like, head trauma, all that shit. Then they put on the Milwaukee cap. And they did it 2-3 times. No damage.
Wow.
That's impressive.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I'm like, dude, this would be huge for, like, people in residential.
Yeah.
This would be huge for, like, people that don't want to wear hard hats on the construction sites. This is just...
So that exists right now. Like
it exists right now.
Someone could go buy that.
Yeah, 100%. You could go on the Milwaukee website right now and buy that hat.
See, I have a not a beef with Milwaukee, but I'm too deep into DeWalt.
Oh, so you're a DeWalt guy.
When I bought my,
because that's kind of it, right? It's either you're a DeWalt guy or
you get some rigid.
Yeah.
If you show up to a site with Ryobi,
get out of here. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here.
But at the same time, too, in all fairness, it's kind of like it's the same conversation about trucks, right?
Yep.
Ford, Chevy, Dodge, right? We all hate on each other, bro. If you buy a lemon, you buy a lemon. I happened at the time because I bought my tools probably like close to 10 years ago. It was a few years after I started working because, like I said, I got tossed into like a lead position, right? So I'm like, oh damn, I don't have anything.
Oh,
right. So I went out and spent like $2,500 on power tools, and at the time, Milwaukee and DeWalt basically had the same stuff out. There was like nowhere near the selection that they had. It was
now.
like it was like Sawzall, bandsaw, radio. You gotta have a radio. Not even with Bluetooth on it yet.
No, just classic radio.
Yeah, just classic radio. No, 94 HJY, baby. Yeah, Sawzall, bandsaw, and that was even like a step up because most guys at the time, like they were still using Sawzalls.
Yeah, like the wired ones, right? Not even the battery up ones.
Yeah. Like on the van, you had your corded Sawzall, and I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Hammer drill, drill impact, and a couple other things too. And eventually, I like picked up some more stuff, but bought a bunch of batteries. I'm like, okay, should have more or less what I need right now to make things easier. Yeah. I'm a big fan of having the right tool for the right job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I spent way too much on tools. Way too much. Goodness gracious. Like, and it sucks too because you lose one, you're like, oh shit, where did that go?
Yeah.
And you buy another one, and then like 2 days later, it's like, oh, that's where that one is.
When did you start getting tools? Did you guys get tools when you were already at Diamond, or is that once you kind of went to co-op?
Actually,
and got in the field?
When we were at Diamond and whatnot, they ended up sending me home basically after graduation with like a little Craftsman, like an old Craftsman toolbox, and it had a couple things in it, some hammers, some pliers.
It was mainly hand tools though, right?
Yeah, it was just hand tools. Yeah, they weren't spending money on me for power tools. Are you kidding? What? $2,000? They're gonna spend $2,000 on a 17-year-old? Yeah, right. Well, I mean, they do inadvertently, but not to that degree.
No.
That would have been really nice though. Just saying, as a gift. But no, I mean, what I ended up doing, because I had a couple of the old timers and whatnot, they're like, look, do yourself a favor every week, just put a couple bucks away, buy yourself a tool. Buy a tool. Don't go out and spend, $6,000 on everything you're gonna need at once. Just pick it up when it comes along. So, pick up a pair of pliers here. But then the other problem too is like, there's a lot of different manufacturers, right? Some people are a bit more like they lean towards particular companies and manufacturers of stuff. Like electrical tools, all my stuff was Klein.
Yep.
For anything to do with that. Yep. Channel locks for the pump pliers, which Channel Lock is the brand, right? From my understanding,
Channel Lock is the brand.
What
we call them channel locks.
Even though they're pump pliers.
I just call them channies. That's it.
Channies?
Yeah.
I've never heard
not
that.
like trannies.
Sounds very. Yeah, I was gonna say something
like hey, can you hand me the channies? Like I literally say it like that. Like this is second nature to me.
I would stare at you like I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I have no
honestly,
idea.
that did happen to me one time in the apprentice.
Because I used Nipex. I will say honestly, for the price, it's a bit rough, but Nipex do make some solid pliers.
Nipex is great. I have nothing against them either.
Yeah.
I'm just so old school. Like some pliers, because there's like
the Germans make good stuff.
They do. I'm not going to dispute that either.
No, I'm a big fan of their earlier work, but
Now. Now. We don't talk about the earlier.
Well, we should, in all fairness. And joking aside, that should be discussed a bit differently than what we normally do, but that's besides the point. As of right now, Germany makes some really nice stuff.
Yeah.
Stabila, right? Love their levels.
I've yet to use one of those.
This slick. I love them.
Yeah?
I have them right in my tool bag, or my tool pouch, I should say.
Do they come with like the 1-footer ones and all that? Or?
Yeah, they have all different kinds of sizes.
Yeah?
They have a little mini one, right? They have anywhere and everywhere from like 2 to 3 inches long all the way up to like 6, 8, 10 feet. But if you want to spend $600 on the level, have at it. I spent, I think, I want to say it was like $40 on it's like a 10-inch level that I have with a pitch on it and whatnot. Dropped it multiple times off of 10-footers, off of lifts. Still works, though, I will say. I'll give it that. They make them pretty sturdy. And I was bummed the first time it fell. I was like, because I had just got it. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve these tools because I just treat them like crap, But luckily enough, it survived thus far, so pretty good.
Knock on wood.
Nah, knock on wood. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Because come one day, you might not.
Yeah, watch. I have them in the toolbox in the truck right now. I go to open it up and it's just leaking all over the place. I'm like,
you a truck guy over a van?
I would say, preferably, in my opinion, box trucks are the way to go for service and installations.
That's a very hot take because a lot of people always say vans. They say the Sprinter vans, like my God.
Yeah, the Sprinters and the
like one of those,
the
like
Pro Masters.
Like one of these guys right here.
Oh no, those are like the E350s.
That's like a regular van. The ones that you can stand up in.
Oh, the taller ones.
The big.
Well, you can get the shorter Sprinters because the Sprinter's the model, right? So it's just the newer looking vans, like the Transits and the Pro Masters.
Yeah.
I had a Pro Master. I wasn't a big fan. No. Honestly, like the best setup I had when I was a GM was a box truck.
Because you had a lot of space in the box truck too.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
I could pretty much.
That was company supplied the box trucks.
Yes. Yeah. The company supplied the box truck, so it's a little bit of a different situation now. Sagamore doesn't do they don't do company vehicles anymore, but they like as a foreman they give you a stipend, which is rather nice. So like they help pay for my truck.
Yeah.
I won't drive anything else personally other than my wife's car when I have to, but like my own personal vehicle is always going to be a truck. Ideally speaking, next one is going to be a little bit older. When I say a little bit, I mean like 70 years ago, cruising around in a nice like 43, a 53, like F100, dude. Oh, that would be slick, even if it just looks like shit but runs fine. I'm good with that.
Call Nate. He'll help you find one.
Yeah,
he has so many.
I have no money right now. I'm broke, so
that's fine.
I'll have to give him a call in a little while. No fairness, I haven't been back to the Azores I was 8, so it's been 22 years.
Oh wow, really?
It's been a while. Yeah, unfortunately, my brother's been a bunch of times, and my uncle actually goes to the Ramaj.
Oh yeah,
he does it for Petrania and for Ajuda. Yeah, that's where his parents are from, my grandparents and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the box trucks, yes, hands down, my opinion, spicy take. Box trucks are awesome.
They
Like,
are underrated, I feel like.
You have kind of the comfort of like the truck or van cab, you know. And I mean, you could get kind of crazy, bro. We had like the XLs or whatever, like the low end is for the Fords. It was an E350, right? The box truck with the I forget what the proper term is, but we had like the doors on the side as well.
Yep.
Which was beautiful because like, all right, one section, safety and all this other stuff, whatever you need for like road assistance. And then on the side, you have your power tools. And then on this back, you have your torches and stuff like that. Like it took me a while, honestly. Like, so initially when we did the transfer of trucks and I finally got into a box truck, it took me like 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours. Yeah. Cause I stripped the whole thing. I took everything out, swept it all up. And then I slowly, like it took me a little while to kind of figure out what worked where and like how, to what benefit, you know, to one degree or another. But you play around with it, you know, you kind of find, at the end of the day, you kind of find what works for you. Yeah. You know, like what worked for me in particular was I had like little totes and whatnot with all my small fittings and stuff like that. I had one whole side dedicated to like service. So like different parts, consumables, like contactors, capacitors, filter dryers, you know, thermostats, all those kinds of stuff. Yeah. And I had pretty much anything and everything I would need for any kind of residential installation and or service. It was awesome. It was awesome. I was just like a rolling shop. It was fantastic. And you can like, even just like loading it up for jobs, like for the most part, I could fit most of it in there. Yep. You know, you got to play a little Tetris sometimes, but you make it work, you make it happen, even if it's 1 or 2 trips, whatever the case, you know. But yeah, the box trucks were awesome. I love working out of them. And that's what's nice too, is you can stand up in them. Yep. Like you're not hunching over like, oh, I think I have something in here somewhere. It's like, no, I know exactly where that is. Yeah. You know, but it's all at that point, it's kind of a preference. Yeah. It's anything like anything else. You know, I have my tool bag set up in a particular way that I like, and I'm not constantly, but I pretty consistently like mess with it. Yep. Like I've been I tried out wearing a tool belt, which I know most mechanical guys don't seem to, you know, but I love it, dude. It's fantastic. And a lot of times it's like, oh man, I really need this tool. Bang! I got you, dude. Yeah. I got you. Wanna know why? Because I got a tool belt. Yeah. Because I can carry some stuff on me. Now, that at first, I packed that thing with pretty much everything, right? So here I am walking around. My hips are hurting because I'm walking around with like 40 pounds of stuff on my hips at all times. And I'm like, this sucks, you know? So I take this out, I take that out. And then I finally, after like 2 years of wearing all different kinds of belts, I finally kind of consolidated it to where it's like relatively comfortable. I got a good setup. Everything's reachable, right? I know where stuff is. And it becomes much more effective, but it takes some time to figure that out. Yeah. You know?
Just like anything else.
Yeah, exactly. Or like the way you set your job up. I'm a big fan of keeping stuff neat. Like it gives me, as the Portuguese say, right, igniage. Yep. When I walk into a job and it's just an absolute mess.
I'm like, mess, unorganized.
Oh, I have to restrain myself from just like ripping everything apart and then trying to like reorganize and whatnot, because it's like that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to lay pipe, or hang it.
Yeah, hang pipe.
Yeah, hang pipe.
Hang pipe.
Hang pipe.
Oh man,
do you guys mind? Or
no, by all means.
You sure?
Have at it. Yeah, have at it.
Thank you. But yeah, so I mean, it's been quite interesting.
So you've been doing HVAC ever since graduation. So like, did you know like when we did the exploratory and everything like that? Did you know you wanted to go into HVAC or no? No,
absolutely not. No.
What did you want to do? What was like your?
I'm trying to remember now.
Because it's
Did you grow up in Fall River?
Yeah. So my parents lived on Cho Street for a little bit, and then we moved over to Arizona Street. That's where my great aunt and uncle were. We lived in technically it was the first floor apartment, but the apartment had like 2 sides to it, front and back, basically. So we lived on Arizona for a little while. Mom and dad split a couple of years after that. Then we moved over to Clayton Street, and that's where my grandmother, my vovó Medeiros, memory eternal. She had an apartment there, 3-story, and we lived there for a little while. Moved into the 2nd floor with my mom's and my brother. Yeah, so I've been in Fall River pretty much until like 2 years ago. Got married. Wife and I, we dated back in high school. All right. And
she went to Diamond as well?
Yes. So Michaela Monis.
Okay.
Well, now Medeiros.
Yeah.
High five.
But Michaela Monis, she was in business tech, and she's actually a vocational teacher now at Diamond.
Oh, no.
Nice. Full circle moment
that's
right
cool.
there.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It is kind of wild. We dated back in high school for a couple of years. I got really stupid. We broke up for a little while. I needed to find myself, which is total bullshit. Because we don't have to get too far into that. Like this whole thing of finding yourself. I mean, like you hear it all over the place and whatnot. And it's like, it's destructive. You know, it really is, because it's a failure to recognize identity for what it is. Identity is inseparable from your relationships, right? If you're a father, that's part of your identity. If you're a son, it's part of your identity. If you're a husband, an aunt, a nephew, a niece, whatever, like, it's not, and not even just those familial relationships, but like you're a friend, hopefully, to somebody. You're an employee or employer. Like, those relationships govern who you are. It's an embodied thing. This identity and this idea that yourself, quote unquote, is this like inner thing that you have to kind of find, and then it leads you into all kinds of absolutely ridiculous directions. You know, it's something that I hope my children don't fall into. You know, I'm hoping I can have them avoid that.
Yeah.
Fundamentally. But so, you know, I fell into it. You know, I did that for a little while. You know, it was a decent time. Like, you know, being able to indulge in every kind of hedonistic pleasure at any point in time without feeling like there's any kind of responsibility. That's not the right way. I don't recommend it. You know, because it falls quite short. Right, attempting to sustain yourself off of that for an extended period of time. So luckily enough, I smartened up, and you know, by God's grace, my wife was still interested in me. You know, so we got back together after a couple of years and dated for. I'm gonna put myself on poor now. Somewhere between 4 to 6 years.
Okay.
We dated. I want to say it was back in 2013. Graduated. 2 years, 2015. And then, so I think we started dating back in 2015, 2016. Somewhere around there.
Yep.
It was like 2015, 2016, we get back together. So we dated for 6 years, and then, you know, we're engaged for, we dated for 6 years, was engaged for 2 of those years. We've been married for 2 years now, and recently moved out to Tiverton. It was a really kind of weird week, the week we got married, because my younger cousin had passed away. So we buried him on Wednesday. We signed for our house on Friday, and then we got married on Saturday. It was wow. Yeah, it was kind of funky for sure. But yeah. So we've been in Tiverton now for the last going on 3 years in October. You know, so it's been it's been pretty nice. You know, quiet.
Tiverton is always a good spot.
Other than the occasional, you know, coyote.
Yeah.
Good to go. Nothing.
No crackheads.
Yeah.
No. Well, you know, I mean, not that I've seen thus far, but I'm not home very often, unfortunately.
Yeah. So growing up in Fall River, did you know you wanted to go to Diamond, like when you got to high school?
My family has a bit of history there. Right. So my dad, he graduated in 1990, something like that. So he was in machine shop, you know, and ended up working for Gillette, and he's been at Gillette for the last like almost, I think he said 35 years, roughly speaking. Right. My godfather, same deal. He went to Diamond. He was a machinist. Multiple cousins went to Diamond. So yeah, it was kind of like
that family thing.
Yeah, it was like dead set. Like I'm going to Diamond.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, right around like between probably 7th, 8th grade, I was like, you know, when they start telling you like, oh, you should probably think about where you want to go to high school. So it was right around there. I kind of was like, oh yeah, I'm going to Diamond.
Yeah. Like, that's no hesitation.
No, not at all, Because like I want to learn a trade, and I think at the time, it was either like my top 3 choices. I think were something like carpentry, plumbing, and electrical. Like HVAC wasn't even on the radar, to be honest with you. Yeah, it was kind of weird. But went through the exploratory with Mr. Pimentel, you know, and I liked it. I liked it a lot because it was a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
you know, you have the electrical circuits and whatnot. You have not plumbing per se, but piping. You know, and dealing with all that. So I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. You know, so scored really well in it. It was my first choice. I got it. You know, I was I paid attention, pretty well attention in school.
Yeah.
You know, I was a pretty good student, I like to think. Not the best because, you know, I just wasn't. I didn't put all my effort into it. To be honest with you, I put way more effort into like sports. Yeah. But you have to maintain your grades if you want to play sports. You
Absolutely.
know? So yeah, went to Diamond. You know, went through the exploratory, all that good stuff. HVAC for 4 years. Did skills. That was really interesting.
Skills USA is a big thing.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I never competed in it, but I've seen it, and I remember they did like the regional always at Diamond or something like that.
Yeah.
So Skills USA is that a test or is that like a?
So with Skills USA or VICA as it was called back in the day, like my dad participated in it. He actually went to, I think he went to nationals. Like he was good. Yeah, he was good. Way better than I was at HVAC. But so for it's a regional, like first at Diamond. So you have a bunch of schools from like a similar county or surrounding counties go there. And then you have states and then you have nationals. That's like grand scale. Never made it to nationals. It was not that good. But the first thing was a test. Yes. Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's like taking the exam for, a licensing or something like that. Oh, no, obviously like lesser scale, you could say, because you're just a kid. Like,
I don't know, because I remember I did the culinary arts always got stuck with like feeding everybody. Mm-hmm. And I was
I will say, Room 251 is the stuff, man.
It really is.
It really is.
All done by high school kids, by the way. It was just like
it's crazy.
Obviously, with a controlled environment of the chefs and everything like that.
Yeah, they oversee.
That's the restaurant you guys ran.
Yeah, right? And it actually produces really good food.
Wasn't it called a tea room before?
It was.
But then there was some kind of stipulation about copyright or some crap like that.
I don't know about all that shit.
I don't know. I remember hearing something.
I remember it was called the tea room at one point. Yeah. Then a year later they changed it to Room 251, and I think Room 251 kind of hits because it was on the address for the school was 251 Stonehaven Road.
It worked out.
So I'm like, pretty fucking perfect, guys.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. So, and then, like, dude, every Friday, Prime Rib Fridays, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, guys. I love Prime Rib. Anyways.
So you got to work in the restaurant?
I got to work in the restaurant. Cool. I did at Diamond, they kind of like, at least in the culinary arts program, they kind of like get you prepared for like how restaurants usually work. Uh-huh. Okay. So you had the bakery, you had the cooking, and then you had the restaurant management. Mm-hmm. So from sophomore to senior year, every trimester, you did one of those things.
You rotated it through.
And you rotated through.
That's cool.
And I'll tell you what, I loved baking, but it was just so boring half the time.
Yeah?
It was just really boring. Really? Yeah. Because with culinary arts and cooking, right? Yeah. Baking, you got to be precise. You gotta have exact measurements. You got to have all this stuff.
I've heard, like, baking is a science, cooking is an art.
Yes.
I've heard people, like, say that.
That's 100%
And I will say, bro, being home, like being on my own, my mom's not making my meals. I'm trying to prepare my meals. Mm-hmm. I need some work. I need some help. I mean, you see videos all the time. These guys are like cutting up onions and everything else like that for the prep. And I'm like, cut. But I'm not trying to slice my finger, bro.
No. But you also got to remember this too. Like, they were in the same position. Cut.
Yeah,
at one point.
Yeah.
Then they just kept on doing it. Yeah. I do it now. And I'm like, I don't show off, but my wife's like, why do you cut so damn fast? I'm like, I don't know, it's just second nature to me. Yeah. Like,
it's impressive. I will say, like,
until you cut off your finger, then it's not.
Yeah. I mean, it's still impressive that you were able to slice through your finger because that's one sharp knife. You know what I'm saying? So
dude, that's the crazy part. It's like, these knives are sharp.
I've actually heard that, like, not more people. I don't know what the statistic is. I remember hearing at one point in time that, like, there are, it's more likely to be injured in the kitchen than like on a construction site.
Wow.
Because like dude, think about it. I mean, you're boiling stuff, you're heating stuff up. Like the pan's hot, everything's hot around you, everything's sharp around you. You're in a tight spot. You're moving around at 1,000 miles an hour. Like I would much rather be on a construction site than working in the kitchen. I've heard. I mean, you gotta love what you do. Yeah, in the kitchen, you gotta love it for sure.
100%. And even in terms of like derogatory, like chefs are not nice to the people that work in the kitchen,
chefs.
Right? Yeah,
high-end chefs are not nice.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot son.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay. Dude.
They always go to that, and I'm like,
it's a meme. It's hilarious.
It's a meme. Yeah, absolutely. But
you worked in the kitchen and you worked on construction sites. Do you feel more disrespected in a kitchen or on a job site? Like, what's the?
I'll tell you what. Because on a job site, I don't really deal with people. I don't deal with people. I don't deal with a lot. I just deal with my coworkers, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, like all the trades and everything like that. But I don't deal with civilians, like actual like people. Mm-hmm. When you're in the restaurant business, you gotta deal with like people that come in and have your food, regular people, and you want to say certain things, and when they just piss you the fuck off.
Is it like the movie Waiting?
Yes, exactly like movie Waiting.
After I saw that, I'm like, I'm always going to be nice to my server.
100%. You have
even
to
if they suck.
Tip them too.
Even if they suck. I mean, I might not tip you all that well. Like I normally go 20-25%. Like if you do, like so, independing too. Like because I used to frequent Shorty's Pub. Highly recommend Shorty's Pub if you are in the Fall River area anywhere. That is the best place to go, in my opinion. Humble as it is, Pam and Shorty over there. They always take really good care of you. They've been great to me personally. I love that spot. It's like home away from home.
Yeah,
you know.
I live right next door to that place.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I literally like, here's my house, here's Shorty's.
Yeah, that's mint, dude. That's mint.
So I go there all the time. I try to get some food, try to grab beer and shit. And
they
I'm
do a good job.
Oh,
I think.
phenomenal, dude.
Right?
Phenomenal.
Kill it.
And like, ever since like I think it was the son that took over or something like that. I don't know. When they like
Kevin.
I think it was Kevin. I don't know.
Well, I know Kevin works. Kevin works in the
there.
kitchen. He works at the bar.
Yeah.
But I think Pam and Shorty are still in charge of it.
Yeah, they're still in charge. But
Oh,
I
okay.
think, like way back in the day, there was like, it was always like, obnoxious, like drunk people, like, like any pub. And I remember like they would go to like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Now at least with this one, they're more respected.
Oh, so you're saying that because it was what the hell was it? Was it Brothers before?
Brothers.
Yeah,
It was
that's
Brothers.
what it was. I heard it was a pretty rough crowd.
It was a rough crowd.
I don't know because I didn't like Shorty's opened up pretty much the year I started being able to like go out and drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, or relatively close to it, because like I hit 21, and like my buddies were already kind of going there, whether they had like a new spot, you could say, and they've done everything they can to maintain a good reputation. Like, dude, I'll bring my kids there, no problem.
Yeah.
You know, and Pam loves seeing babies.
Yeah.
She's a big fan.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like I got buddies who have little ones too, and they'll go over there, no problems. You know, depending on the night. Like, we're not, in all fairness, I'm not staying out there till 10, 12 in the morning, nothing like that. I don't want to do that even without kids at this point.
Because you're up super early, right? For your
Usually, I've been very fortunate. The last couple weeks, the jobs have been kind of close, so I've been able to sleep in till like 5 a.m. You know, which is rather nice.
That's construction workers sleeping in, by the way.
Yeah.
That's construction workers
Normally,
sleeping
the
in.
alarm is going off at 3 o'clock, 3:15, 3:30, 3:45, and then usually by 4 o'clock, my wife is like slapping me.
Yep.
You know, saying to help out
Same.
out of bed.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah,
know?
man.
She's
But,
like, your alarms don't wake you up. Why do you have so many of them? You know, I'm like, I don't know.
I have the same issue.
I have no good excuse.
But going back to your question, I rather work at a construction job site because I don't deal with regular people. I don't deal with civilians that just come out of I don't deal with the public.
But even your supervisor and stuff, they're not like talking down to you. I feel like in the kitchen,
No.
environment, They talk down, don't they?
Well, here's the thing about
think.
you in a restaurant. You really can't talk down, and when you do, you're just going to get handed your notice right there.
Oh,
And
it's cutthroat.
It's very cutthroat.
Yeah, no
in
kidding.
in some places, I've dealt with it. You know, but in construction sites, if you tell people how it is, they either one or two things will happen. You will get your slip, you will get tossed, or they'll respect you even more.
I don't like dealing with a bully.
They don't. That's the thing, though. Like,
Punch that bully in the mouth. See what happens.
But that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, if someone tried to like talk down to me, I'll pull them to the side. I'll tell them how it is. I'm like, listen, I don't appreciate that. Like, let's settle this right now, or it's just going to be really bad for you. You know what I mean? Not like a threat.
No.
Just long-term storytelling. It's going to be really bad for you. That's it. I think construction workers, just like anybody else, they're human. You know what I mean? And talking down to them, it's like, what are you doing? Like, we're the reason why this building's going up, and it's like being functional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's astonishing, isn't it?
It's very astonishing.
How everything functions pretty much all the time, all hours of the day, all hours of the night, 365 days a year. It's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. The men and women out there, like, just making everything run. It's insane. It's insane. You got guys in the middle of a freaking storm, up in the power lines, right, out in the streets, in the sewers. Wild. You know? And now, and
It's all stuff people take for granted too.
yeah, a lot of it, I would say, a lot of it. Like, and that's kind of why, like, it interests me so much, like the nuance of each trade. Even as silly as it sounds, bro, sheetrocking, it looks real easy because the guy's been doing it for a while and he's just killing it, right? And then I go to try to do it at home and I suck, and I'm like, this is actually a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
You know, in it, like, and in all fairness, every trade talks crap about every other trade, right? I mean, HVAC is clearly the best, right? But like, you need the electricians, you need the plumbers, and I'll say this, man. One cool thing about plumbers is they have saved probably more lives than doctors ever will.
100%.
Just out of sanitation, like that is a huge game changer. Being able to dispose of hazardous waste properly, right? It's incredible. All due respect to doctors, like I have a few in the family, and God bless them for what they do. You know, dealing with the human body is intense, right? And I mean, I don't do it very well. I'll be honest. Like I suck at taking care of myself. I try, but you know, some days are better than others.
Yeah, no, I
Something like
gotcha. That's actually a very underrated statistic, by the way. I personally think we do save more lives than like anybody. Like they don't think like, oh, plumbers save lives. Like no way. Like yeah, actually, really realistically, think about it for a second. You have the gases and like the hazard.
Bro, if you mess up a flue pipe and you kill a family, holy cow.
Big time loss.
That's intense, man.
That's why we go to school.
Yeah,
we go to school for this, to learn this.
I try not to think about it, to be honest with you. Like, oh, if I
it's always in the back of your head though.
Yeah.
Has to
if
be.
I forget to like fit this joint properly, I could kill everybody in this house.
Yeah.
Hopefully the alarms go off. Hopefully they work.
Hopefully they do have alarms.
And look, accidents happen, and
that's why we do tests.
and it's extraordinarily unfortunate for sure. But like all in all, like most of the time, everything works pretty much seamlessly. There's always power on most of the time. If you're in rural areas, then hey, you got to expect that. Having a generator would be a good idea. Being self-sufficient to a degree or another is of a benefit for sure. But most of the time, everything works.
Yeah.
Everything works. There are complications here and there, whatever the case. But yeah, it's incredible. It really is. It's kind of insane.
Tell me about it, dude.
It's kind of insane.
It's wild.
It's
wild.
It's
I have
awesome.
the power. I have the power not to have water in a fucking house sometimes in a building. I've literally joked around. I'm like, oh, like GC or like somebody.
I'm gonna
like,
shut your water off.
Like I joked around with it.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh no, you're not. You're not gonna do that. I'm like, oh really?
Whoa.
I go to the
What's
mechanical
that saying?
room.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. Hold my beer.
Hold my coffee.
I'm like, oh really? So I go to the mechanical room, shut off the water, take out the handle,
Yeah.
and I take it with me.
Yeah.
How the hell are you gonna turn it on now? It's impossible.
If you have a wrench.
If you have a wrench, but they're not thinking about that.
No, they're not.
You know what I mean? So I've always wanted to do that too. I'm like, oh, you piss me off so much. I'm just gonna turn off the water and just take the handle. Because some people will be like, I need water. Like they'll like freak out.
It's a necessity on the site for pretty much everybody.
Everybody.
I mean, the only time I really need water is like for wet rags.
That's it.
Yeah, like you do not put water inside of a refrigeration pipe. Do not
never.
do that. That is not a good idea. Not even compressed air. You have to use something dry and inert.
Yep.
Anywho, but yeah, it's, and I mean, like, I personally don't get like discriminated on for being blue collar because most of the people I deal with on a regular basis, they're all kind of in the same thing. You know, like my buddy Steve. He love you, bud. He does like sewage and water pipes.
Is it Steven Medeiros?
No, Roderick's.
Oh, why am I saying Medeiros? Roderick's.
Yeah,
Steven.
yeah, Steve Roderick's. You know
He
Steve
works out.
Roderick's?
Yeah, I know Steven.
He works
I know
out
the
at
whole
JV.
entire family.
The Roderick's?
Yeah, I know Ryan, Jared, Zach.
Get the hell out,
I
dude.
swear to God, Mariah, their little sister.
yeah.
Yeah, bro. Kobe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know that whole entire family.
Kobe, the one we just had
Yeah,
on.
Kobe is marrying Mariah. I know Louis.
Wait, hold on. Louis' daughter
Louis' daughter, Mariah.
is getting married?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
I probably should have never said that, but it's all good.
No, I mean,
It's going to be out there regardless, so it's all good.
it is. What
But,
you can cut this part out.
Yeah, my editor could do it. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
But
Oh,
yeah,
no
I
shit. You know the Roderick's?
I know that they're my cousins.
No, they're not,
Yeah.
bro. What? What do you mean they're your cousins?
Ryan. I don't know. They've told me that before. Where like Ryan and I, we
Oh, so
pretty
you don't
much
know
like
you don't know how it works.
I don't know, but,
Okay.
but they pretty much
Yeah.
brought me into their family and they treat me like family.
Gotcha.
I've been with that family for like ever.
No kidding.
They've taken care of me, all that shit.
Yeah, that's wild.
So like Louis, Carrie, they opened their
Yeah.
doors to me, and it's like me and Ryan were like close.
No
you know?
kidding.
And then Connor was just like, "Yeah, you're my cousin now." I'm like, "All right, cool."
Yeah. Yeah, we adopted
But it's weird because it's a full circle moment because my mom used to babysit Carrie. That's how old
Get out,
That's how
man.
old my mom is. So
Your mom's not that old. Come on.
I mean, what's old?
I guess it depends.
Okay.
Like on the, I would say like, I don't know, like old, because as like
65?
No.
Okay.
I don't think. Well, it depends on your condition. Like I said, if you could be an old 65-year-old, but you could be a young 65. I mean, that guy Wim Hof, what is he like? He's got to be in his 50s or 60s, something like that.
Yeah.
That dude's in incredible shape.
100%.
Doing like 7 minutes underwater. Like what? What are you doing? What's going on? This dude's inhuman. Well, no, he's actually human. He's just he's something else.
He's built different.
He's built different. Like you got guys that are just built different.
Yeah.
David Goggins, that dude's tapped. Joe Rogan, what an animal. Jocko Willink. I don't know if you ever come across his stuff.
No.
Oh, dude, intense.
Navy SEAL guy.
Yeah. He's awesome. But he He looks like he calls it a knuckle dragger, but he's an extremely intelligent individual.
Yeah.
Very good at communications. Like that was his thing in the Navy SEALs. But yeah. So I guess, but he's in his 50s.
No kidding.
Like Jocko.
Yeah.
He's a multi-tiered black belt in jiu-jitsu. And whatnot, and keeps in good shape. Like that's his thing. Like every day, 4:30 in the morning, he's up grinding it out in the gym. Sweating and like age-wise, yeah, I guess you could say 50 is old, but that dude would tear me up.
Yeah.
Like no comparison. Absolutely not. I'm not even trying. I don't want that smoke.
Nah.
I don't want that.
No, you don't want to be like Liver King, smoke and trying to get the smoke from Joe Rogan.
Liver King, what?
You ever heard that guy?
That's the dude that he's on a carnivore diet or something.
Yeah, but he
I've
takes
heard of him,
steroids.
man.
He takes steroids.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. That's
Joe
why he
Rogan-
has his
Joe Rogan
physique.
probably
Joe Rogan
mess
will
him
fuck
up.
him up.
Yeah, I was gonna say Joe Rogan probably mess him up.
100%.
I've heard like it sounded like gunshots when that dude was hitting a bag.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's insane.
His spinning back kick.
Yeah. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Wow.
It's wild.
Yeah, I would of all people to like call out like Joe Rogan, really?
Out of everybody,
He
too.
literally works for the UFC. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. He works for the UFC. Like he's been training for decades, right? Like he was on a podcast with I think it was Jordan Peterson. He was on his show and he was going like through his history. He's actually from Mass, if I'm not mistaken. Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he's from Boston. Yeah.
I had no idea. I didn't even know he was a comedian. I remember him
stand up.
Yeah. I've seen a few of his stuff. It's a hit or miss for me. I'll be honest, but I don't. I also don't get out of much. Like I don't watch a lot of TV or nothing. But yeah, Joe Rogan is like he's not a guy to be trifled with.
No.
And he's on Fear Factor. That's where I knew him from when he still had hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now obviously he's like the greatest interviewer of all time, like with 1 billion downloads every year. That's madness.
I'm trying to get to that level.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
We're gonna start right here.
Little steps, right? Because
Baby steps.
What didn't he start off just basically like shooting the shit with his buddies?
With Joey Diaz all the
Yeah,
time.
Joe. That guy's something. That guy's something. He's funny. You know what's? I didn't even know who he was, but he was actually in The Longest Yard.
He was.
With Adam
Fat
Sandler.
Tony.
Yeah. Fat Tony. Can of
didn't know
corn.
that.
Can of corn, and I'll be fine. Can of corn. Oh yeah, he was hilarious. He was hilarious.
He was awesome.
And you got the what was the guy's name that did the McDonald's?
Cheeseburger Eddie.
Cheeseburger Eddie, baby. Yeah, Cheeseburger Eddie. You acting like a real McAsshole, Cheeseburger. Dude, I don't know what it was about that movie. Maybe it was because I was like into football at the time. I watched
football.
it. I watched it over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah,
it was stupid the amount of times I watched.
I mean,
that
they
movie.
did have a really good cast.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Burt
that's what
Reynolds,
it
Adam
was.
Sandler,
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Rock, like.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was on
Then
there.
they brought in a couple like guys from
OGs.
WWE.
Yeah.
Too, right?
Goldberg.
Yeah,
Great
like
Khali.
some just absolute savages.
Stone Cold.
Yeah, Stone Cold. Yeah, that's right, Stone Cold.
yeah.
He was the one that called Nelly.
Yeah.
He was tempting him.
He was
tempting Brazilians.
he was acting like himself from Texas. That's
Oh, dang, dude, dang. Like Stone Cold. I mean, like I said, I wasn't into WWE. I know about like guys that were in it, but I never like got into it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But can you smell what the rock
That's
is cooking? Yeah.
All right. But, the lights are flickering right now. That means they're pretty much dying. They're pretty much telling us like, all right.
Dang! Like it's time to pack up.
Well, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna ask you just one piece of advice, right, for anybody. Since this is a trades podcast, but we've kind of been all over the place, which I love.
Which I love too. Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
love it. No.
No, it's been
bro.
great. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's been great.
Come on, bro. This is what people just watch for entertainment, and they want to know But there's certain things that like other trade guys don't talk about.
Yeah.
That they're like when they do like the whole it's like you were really interested with Patty Quinn episode.
Yeah.
And I feel like somebody else is gonna watch this and be like, "Holy shit, that's really interesting."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So this is like. Sometimes we don't even need to talk about trades. So, like, have an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Alex, you could talk about whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
This is a free country. You could talk.
Yeah.
Talk about.
Well,
all right. This is a free podcast.
There we go.
We can talk about whatever we want.
Indeed.
But I'm gonna ask you this one last question, and then I'll hand it over to Alex.
Yeah.
Any like young person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be male, female, it doesn't matter. What advice could you give them? That you've already lived, from high school till now. What piece of advice that you can give them to like help them out, like trying to get into the trades?
Just one. Oh.
Well,
or because
two.
I guess you could say like
the best advice, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not.
From pure experience.
How can I say this? Because like the way I kind of see it is that. Our reality is structured in hierarchies, you could say, right? So hierarchy is essential for determining pretty much everything in our life, right? From the moment you wake up to choosing to brush your teeth or not, or choosing to comb your hair or not, whatever the case. So like we structure ourselves under a hierarchy, even if we don't even think that hierarchies exist, because there are people arguing that. And like to make the statement, there is no hierarchy is a hierarchical statement, because now you're basically saying that like one thing is above the other. Like it's impossible to avoid.
Yep.
So I would say for any young kid, regardless of what you do, if you get into the trades or not, or you go into being a lawyer, a doctor, a physician, or you go into being a carpenter, a plumber, electrician, regardless of what you do, what you maintain at the top of your own, at the top of your hierarchy is going to determine and distinguish how you interact with that career, with your position, and with the people around you fundamentally. So this is the best piece of advice I could give at all is find and follow your tradition. My opinion is that hopefully more people come to orthodoxy, but just having a recognition of the importance and necessity for structuring yourself within a tradition of a sort is absolutely critical for functioning, like in general. You know, you have to be tied to something. You have to be grounded in something. You know, it can't just be all arbitrary and all subjective. Like it's not a good way to be. And it leads into absolute chaos. And that chaos is too much for you, fundamentally. So that would be a piece of advice that I would give to pretty much anybody.
Okay.
You know, especially young kids.
Yep.
Because they're whether you're a boy or girl, you know, there's a lot of really harmful content out there. There's a lot of really harmful stuff. There's a lot of, you know, powers and principalities that are looking to do you harm in any way, shape, form that they can. And, you know, we need to combat that and take that part of life seriously.
Yeah.
You know, most of what we struggle with in the trades, I would say also, like there's kind of a stigma, you could say, that like if you're in the trades, you might not be very well educated or anything else like that. And I know some of the smartest guys I know like swing a hammer or they're freaking pulling wrenches or something like that, you know. And some of the dumbest people I know, you know, are like behind a desk or doing this or that, whatever the case, and vice versa. Like it goes both ways, you know. But you have to ground yourself in something, you know. Hopefully whatever that thing is at the center of it is Christ. Fundamentally, you know, the logos, right? That which brings things into being. That is the ultimate thing to tether yourself to, which is extraordinarily difficult to do it well, even like decently, you know? So yeah. It's a hard world out there.
Yeah.
You know,
It really is.
and it can seem like it's getting worse and worse, but I think we're moving in the right direction, ultimately speaking. There seems to be a revival, right, of the spirit, you could say.
Yeah.
It's not without struggle, but, you know, like I was talking about before, how do you refine ore? How do you refine metal? How do you shape a knife? You have to heat it up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to hammer it out. You get rid of the impurities, and that takes multiple iterations. So I'm ultimately, like, I'm an optimist as to where we can go and what we can do, but we, as the, you could say, older generation, as we're kind of stepping into that role, need to be deliberate about the things that we do, especially with the people who are younger than us.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of hopefully correcting, not the record per se, but adjusting ourselves and putting ourselves in the right orientation, you know? So yeah, that's the thing, man. Oh,
That's awesome, dude. That's honestly like, that's really strong advice.
Yeah.
I really hope someone really takes something out of that, because I did. I fucking did. Like, all joking aside, like,
Yeah.
you know, I'll leave all the entertainment behind. Like,
And what sucks too, like for me personally, because like my family's always been about that, you know, like traditions and preserving that, and I took it for granted. You know, I hope I live to be quite old, because I need time to repent. That is for sure. That is for sure. You know. But yeah, man. Love you, buddy.
I love you too, man. Don't forget that.
Thanks for coming on, man.
I know we just met, but I love you, man.
Love you too, man.
bud.
Alex, I'm not doing the outro this time. Alex, you do the outro.
I'm passing it back to you, Tiago.
Oh, dang. Oh, I'm sorry, Alex. I didn't get the. I didn't. I know we were talking, but do you have any particular questions?
No, man. I think,
All right.
especially after something like that, I mean, what else is there left to say? That's as we say, a mic drop moment. You know?
I'm not actually going to drop it because these are probably pretty
We have
expensive.
insurance.
Yeah. nice. There you go, dude. There you go.
You don't want to do it?
It's all you, man.
Gosh.
It's tradition.
It is tradition. That's right. All right. I'll do it one
I don't want
time.
to miss this.
All right. Sorry. I'm still like processing everything that he just said. That's why. Alex, Joker. Thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate
Why
it.
so serious?
Me and Alex from the bottom of our hearts, we really appreciate having you on. You've definitely spit some knowledge, and I hope somebody really got something out of this. You know what I mean? And we're in the sun. You're in a long sleeve. You're in pants, dude. You know what I mean? I'm in polo, breathable polo and shorts. You know, I hope that you really had fun with us today.
Hell yeah.
You know, man. It's so honestly like it really like brings me back to like the old days of like us hanging out.
Yeah.
It,
A little wiser, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely wiser. Definitely wiser. It just, like my heart's singing right now, man. It's like, we connected with you again.
It's really good to see you.
Yeah,
like,
man.
especially as, we get tied up like
Yeah,
pretty quickly,
yeah.
and like you don't even realize it. And then like a year goes by, and then 5 years go by, and then 10 years, a decade goes by.
Yeah.
And it's like, I haven't talked to anybody, but to see that someone I'm familiar with, is doing well is an absolute blessing, and
Yeah.
it gives me hope.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
I'm about to cry.
Let it out, man. It's all good. Hey, I was gonna say about that. It's okay to cry. Seriously, it's okay. I do it on a pretty regular basis.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I pray, most of the time I try to center myself to an extent in which that I'm in tears.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you can sin against a person and they're gonna hold a grudge probably for a long time. All it takes is one tear.
Yeah.
With God.
Yeah.
Mindful of him.
Yeah.
That's it. Hardness of heart, right? That's a bad thing. Don't be too hard. It's okay. Yeah, sturdy and like you won't. I don't know. It's a weird line to draw because like you can get too far into it where like any little thing kind of upsets you and you start breaking down. But like when there's like, dude, when I was bawling at my wedding.
Yeah.
Like pretty much like the first hour, like in the ceremony, my like as soon as my wife stepped out and I like laid eyes on her in the first time, it was just like, oh dang, oh gosh, and I was crying, my eyes were just like red, and through the whole like ceremony here, I'm like, because it's like I don't even really know how to explain it, but it was just like everything that I had been thinking, everything I was feeling at once, just like poured out of me.
Yeah.
It was I couldn't contain it.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like the first dance with my mom, right? Oh gosh, I was just crying and crying and crying. And I'm not ashamed to admit that, dude. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like you can call me whatever you want. That's fine, man. Like there are times to cry, there are times not to cry. If you're watching a sappy movie, like okay, yeah, hold your tears back maybe. Like don't let it out because you don't want to seem like a pansy.
Yeah.
But like when you hold your children, or if you even if you're walking in like to your home and you see your spouse and then you just kind of take a moment to really like recognize them and see them, like actually see them. Like every now and then, dude, I have to catch myself because I'm fuck,
Yeah.
like everything comes up, like the mistakes I've made, how I feel, how I love, and how I'm as I grow, you could say, in my faith, how I see things differently, how they affect me, and how like everything has just this depth to it. Like even the mundane, has this layer of depth that's incalculable to a large degree, And people ask a lot. I was like, "Where's God? Where is He? Why can't I see Him? Why doesn't He talk to me?" It's like, you ever look into the eyes of your children,
Yeah.
or look into the eyes of your spouse,
Yeah.
Like, he's there, man.
Yeah,
He's there.
Absolutely.
You just refuse to recognize him because you're prideful and you're whatever kind of vices you are carrying with you. And it's okay. Like we're all sinful by our participation in one way, shape, form, or another.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, give glory to God and like humble yourself a little bit.
Yep.
You know? Yeah, man. Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay, Joey. You're good, man. You're good, man. Trust me.
Closing.
Yeah. I'll close it out. I'm Tiago. That's Alex. This has been Alex Medeiros.
Hey.
We got Alex duo here.
Yeah. A-team, baby.
A-team.
AAT. ATA? I don't know what sounds better.
I don't know. I have no idea. But this has been Too Legit. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.